Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for our weekly Oracle and Tarot card reading. And this reading will cover us from September 17th to the 23rd. We're using the Divine Feminine Oracle deck, and this is a beautiful deck by Megan Watterson. And let's get started with the reading. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. At the beginning of the week, we'll take a card from the top. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Anandamaya Ma. Beautiful, beautiful card. Take one from the center. Mary Magdalene. Beautiful. And one from the bottom. Callie. Okay, so we have the joy permeated mother is what they refer to her as. And it says, I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Okay, so we all know, okay, ourselves better than anyone else. Okay, and when I think of a guru, I think of someone giving advice, spiritual advice. And sometimes we have to take our own advice. Whatever we feel is right to us might not be right for someone else. Let me see what the book says regarding this. I wish the author would have put these in alphabetical order. It would be so much easier to be able to locate them in the book. However, let me just check through here. Here we go. Okay, it says, Anandamaya Ma represents the essence of the expansive joy that comes when we remember our true self. Nirmala Sundari, which means beautiful one in Bengali, was born in the late 19th century in what is now Bangladesh. Her family questioned her mental stability because from an early age she was always found in bhavas or ecstatic states of bliss. At 13, she was married to a man she would later name Holanath, and he supported her life as a mystic and saint. Very, very interesting history here. And then it goes on here. There is a self-realization merging with that aspect within us that never changes. It's becoming conscious of the self that is eternal while within this brief mortal existence. Anandamaya Ma believed that the only true calling or purpose any of us is to become realized, and so she believed that any action we take towards that goal is sacred. There's a deep, calm, abiding joy that arrives when we merge with the aspect of us that never changes. There is a bliss we get to experience every time we detach from the surface storms that cause chaos in our lives. If we can remember that we are the guru, that we are the aspect of the divine that remains the same no matter how much change surrounds us, then we get to arrive at a joy that lives at the core of our being. So, yeah, I mean, this is, to me, it's like feeling an inner calmness and an inner bliss by, being our true, authentic self. And what a beautiful woman this is. And that we're able to access this peace within ourselves, even though we may be in the midst of a storm, we may be in the midst of chaotic circumstances, we can always focus within ourselves and be able to retreat from the outside world to find that peace that's within us. People look for happiness and joy and bliss in material things all the time, and it's the biggest lie. Material things, money, do not bring you happiness. If you're not at peace within yourself, okay, you can't find it in other things. Those things are very short-lived. So what a beautiful message for this. I mean, we all have that inner peace that's accessible at all times. And maybe you want to start meditating or getting some quiet time to yourself in the beginning of the week. And then in the middle of the week, we have beautiful Mary Magdalene, the apostle of the apostles. How beautiful. And the card reads, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. And it is such a beautiful card. And you have this golden light and energy surrounding her. How beautiful. And let me see what the book says about this. Okay, and inside the book it says Mary Magdalene embodies the capacity we all have to merge with the soul and receive divine guidance through a love that never ends. Mary was born in the 1st century in Magdala, Israel. She was the first to witness the resurrection and for that reason is revered in Christianity as the apostle of the apostles. And it says Mary Magdalene represents the fierce, unwavering love that we all have access to within our own vulnerable hearts. It's a love that renders all things sacred, from the animals to the angels, from the poorest to the most powerful. It's a love that sees the inherent worth of all things, and it's a love that remains even though the darkest times, even through deaths. Her love is the one that resurrects. How beautiful. And it says Mary Magdalene reminds us that we have the power to receive vision from within. We are worthy of such proximity to the divine because that's the other half of what it means to be truly human. She reminds us that there's a bridge between heaven and earth and that we are that bridge. And she wants us to remember that the truest church we can ever enter is in the heart. This is where our true power rests and where love never ends. Wow, very powerful messages to this deck. And then the last card is Callie. Okay, and this card says, I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Yes. And I think of so many people that are just so into people pleasing that they don't ever experience their true authentic self. That they're constantly saying, doing, acting, feeling the way they think people want them to be. And what I get from Spirit here is a lot of you out there need to release things that are not for your highest good. This may be people, places, things, habits. Okay, this card is telling us, to release it and to be who you are. Okay? You don't have to have everybody like you. Not everybody needs to be your friend. This is telling a lot of people out there that it's time to show your true authentic self. It's time to live your truth. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't be looking for people's approval. Okay? It's your life to live, not theirs. It's up to you. Trying to be like everyone else and trying to fit in is not necessary. We're all individuals. We all have something to offer in this world. We're unique for a reason. If we were all the same, it would be very boring. A very boring world if everybody acted and dressed the same and talked the same. And a lot of people do because they're desperate to fit in. And people don't want to be outcasted. People don't want to, not have friends. Trust me. The right people will be drawn to you just by you being your authentic self. So don't sell yourself short. Release the things that maybe no longer serve you. Do what you need for your highest good, and things will fall into place. And when we remove things, okay, that no longer serve us in our life, we're making room for bigger and better things to enter. So we might have a lot of releasing to do. Take inventory of what's working, what's not, who could stay, who could go. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe it's distancing yourself from certain people that are negative and toxic, but release what's no longer for your highest good this weekend. And for me, the releasing never ends because we all go through phases in our lives. Sometimes we outgrow people, places, or things, and it's okay because we're constantly evolving. That's the most important thing. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel because I will be back.